disclosure. Sober disclosure. Breezy's a slut.
And we like it in the butt.
Are you or someone you know looking for support in recovery? Taste Recovery is your go-to directory for sober resources. Whether you're searching for treatment centers or sober living communities, Taste Recovery connects you with the right tools and support to help you on your journey. With a user-friendly platform and a comprehensive list of resources, Taste Recovery makes finding the help you need easier than ever. Start building your path to a healthier, sober life today. Visit tasterecovery.com to find the resources that work for you. Taste Recovery, your first step to a lasting positive change. Hi, everyone. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we are
Sober
Disclosure.
We're here with Richard. Robert.
This fool.
He does it every episode. It's crazy.
We're here with Robert, a faggot from a hillbilly faggot from South Carolina.
I think redneck would be a little better.
I have a lot of people from South Carolina that surround me.
Yeah.
A girl that I hired, my assistant, she's from South Carolina, Jen. Two of my clients in New York are from South Carolina and fly in to see me. Like, literally all these people from South Carolina I'm seeing. And then another girl that came in from South Carolina the other day as a client that just moved here.
Richard Robert.
And now Richard Robert / Dick.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, I wish your name was Richard so I can say we have Dick here.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have said that to Richie when he's
I know,
on the
but
podcast. Whatever.
Whatever.
Next time.
Actually,
Next
that
time.
wasn't that bad. He
Yeah.
says,
Have you ever
mushroom-
been to Swinging Richards
Is that
in Atlanta?
no, I have not.
Okay.
Why do I feel like that's not the first time we've heard about that?
Maybe
I know, that's
sometime
what I
we
was
should go.
thinking. Someone
It's
told me.
super fun.
Swinging Richards?
Uh-huh.
Someone has for sure told us about this on the podcast.
Swinging dicks everywhere?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh.
It's a male strip club. Yeah.
Oh, it's full nude.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They spread cheeks.
Yeah.
In Atlanta?
Uh-huh. We should go sometime. It's super fun.
Oh, you
Yeah.
told me about
yeah.
this place.
Oh, okay.
We were in Arizona at a conference, and I wanted to go to a male strip club with Robert. And then you told me about this place. That's why
Yeah.
I've heard about it already.
They don't have
So
that in
much fun.
Arizona.
Mm-mm.
No, they had like nothing.
They have Christie's,
They had no male.
which I stayed at a hotel next to a strip club called Christie's, and everyone called it Crusties.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was so gross.
Yeah.
It was male.
No, it's they only have women.
It's
Oh.
Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah, no. We were very disappointed at the options we had.
I've never been to Atlanta. Maybe because actually, never mind. I'm not
I
going to
think
say that.
we obviously need to go
that.
to
It's very
Swinging
fun.
Richards. Okay, well, we'll plan a trip.
Next time I'm
Maybe
there.
in the next Camp Sober Fest we'll do in
I'm
Atlanta.
down to go.
Yeah. Okay.
In Atlanta, and then we'll go to Swinging Richards the night before camp
Yeah,
Okay.
That sounds good.
because Robert is coming to camp. He promised
Yeah.
me.
I will come the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any hotels there?
I knew that was
You know what?
coming.
My husband does not like camping, and he was fine.
Do you have any like RV we could take or
Oh, you could take
something?
RVs.
You can
You
do
could
an RV.
rent.
Okay,
Mhm.
we could get an RV.
Did we
Mhm.
start?
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot.
You don't remember doing your intro where you called him a faggot?
I believe faggot from. You know what?
Christ.
Because I couldn't say anything crazier.
That was pretty crazy,
Oh,
but it was good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
there's a gay bar right there called Tin Lizzy. It's
Oh,
the red
really?
light. Look, you can go there after.
Yeah, thanks.
No thanks.
Mhm.
Anyways, hi Robert. Thank you
Breezy.
so much for being here. How much time sober do you have?
On Wednesday, I'll have 11 years.
Incredible.
Mhm. October 1.
October 1.
Yep.
Congratulations.
2014 is my sober date.
That's so beautiful. Is this your first time getting sober?
Yes.
Shut
Ever?
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wow.
The very first time you
Mhm.
ever tried.
I mean, I would have sober time at the first time I ever like had a sober date and started and said I'm sober. Yeah.
Mm.
And so the previous times were
I just knew I needed to stop drinking, and I would try and stop drinking, but
Mhm.
I would always start back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you walk us through day one 11 years ago?
Sure. So,
If I have to.
yeah, I mean, I just, pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. I knew what that was. I mean, I was definitely at that spot.
Mm.
I've been an executive at a tech firm. You know, I had lots of great jobs. I made lots of money. But at that point in time, I was just, I'd sold my car. I was losing my place I was living. I mean, everything was gone. Just everything was gone. And I had no other choice but to do something different. I was suicidal for sure. You know, I went to one of my friends and I said, you know, if I don't do something, I'm gonna take my life. I just can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do this. You know, I was suffering from addiction. I was suffering from just like losing everything. You know, I lost my job. I lost everything. And so pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization just defined me. I mean, that was what I looked like. You know, I have a picture of my intake photo. I'll show that to you guys when we're done.
Send it to us. We want to put it on the
on the episode.
I'll show it to you. Yes. So that just defined me. I mean, that was just what I was. And so my first I went to a speaker meeting on a Friday night, and then on Saturday, I walked into Visions, which is like an AA hall in Thousand Oaks.
Oh.
And so I walked into there, and everyone was smiling, everyone was happy, and I was sober. Bam, like that. Never had any more cravings, never anything else. I have not had cravings since then. But
it's called Visions?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it sounds like a 80s hair salon.
Yeah. It felt like an 80s hair salon.
A vision for you.
Yeah.
I know, but
No, I know. I
Visions.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Visions is also an adolescent treatment center.
Oh.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Mm-hmm. So I walked into there.
While you were in treatment, because you said you had
I
an
was in
intake
treatment.
photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, they put me in a white van and took me there at 7 a.m. I was like, if all these people are happy at 7 a.m., I don't care what they're doing. I'm doing it. And you know, they were talking about the steps. They were talking about all this stuff, and I just was like, I was sober. I mean, I was like, that was the moment for me. I was like, this is the solution I've been looking for.
Wow.
And I was sober.
Huh.
You were struck sober.
Yeah, I was really struck sober. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that. I mean, I know so many people struggle and so many people have problems with being sober, but you know, that was it.
And so what happened after that moment of clarity?
I just started doing the work. You know, they took me to a step study. That was on Saturday. On Thursday, they took me to a step study. I didn't even know what AA was. I mean, I really and truly had no idea what AA was. I'd never heard, I'd maybe heard of the big book. I had heard of AA. My ex would always say, AA is for quitters. It is. Actually, it is. He's had it
and
said
thank God
it
for that.
in such a negative connotation, but I think of it in positive connotation now.
Yes.
But he would always say AA is for quitters.
They have AA in Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I have not been to AA in Mexico, but maybe I'll try it sometime. Yeah.
I meant because the guy was probably Mexican. He wasn't.
No, my both my exes were white guys. Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but your mom's gonna listen to this. Hi, Mom.
Yeah. So I just didn't even know what AA was. You know, in the South, you get sober by going to church. I could not get Jesus sober. I mean, it just didn't work for me.
Did you
It worked.
try?
Oh yeah, thousands of times. I mean, I always would want to be like, you know, I would go to church with my grandmother. You know, my grandmother was Pentecostal holiness. That means run down the aisles with their hands up in the air. Everyone prays at the same time, all that kind of stuff. I mean,
and they shake.
It was so entertaining.
Yeah.
And I would feel so much emotion when I was there, but walk out of the door, just like Bill, when he walked out of the door of Winchester Cathedral, I felt nothing when I would leave there. You know, so I'd go down and I would have them pray for me, and I would get sober, or I would get saved and all that type stuff, but it didn't mean anything to me. I never had that connection. I never was able to have that spiritual connection. But, you know, when I walked into AA, I got that spiritual connection. I mean, I learned who God was, and I got to reframe my God and all that kind of stuff. And that happened real quickly for me. That happened in my first year sober. I mean,
Love that.
I was just like, I needed a solution so badly that I was willing to do whatever anyone said, whatever anyone asked me to do. I just did it.
Mhm.
There was no ego there. I mean, I lost everything. I mean, one of my friends won a poker tournament and that they were having at my sober living. And he won like $100 and he gave me $20 and I made it last for like a week and a half. I mean, I had nothing, like really, really nothing.
Yeah.
And so I had the humility that I needed. I mean, I was provided with everything I needed to really get sober. I lost everything. You know, all the things that had happened to me just really helped me to get sober. I'm so grateful for all that. I mean,
Were you married when you got sober, or you were already out?
Yeah, I was not.
You were not married.
Were you single?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
My partner left on July 15th. My second partner left on July 15th, and I got sober on October 1st. So it was about a month and a half later that I got sober.
Did they leave you because of
'Cause
you
we
not
spent-
being sober?
No, because we spent all my money.
He's like, bye.
Yeah. Oh, you broke? Goodbye.
Nothing left
Yep.
here. Oh, that's
Yep.
so sad.
The money's gone, so am I.
We hope he listens.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay, so being in that space, actually, question: did you get into treatment through your insurance because you had nothing?
No, I had no insurance. The place that I went, they scholarshiped me. I don't even know why they did that. They didn't scholarship. They're not a scholarship.
Because you're a good talker.
Yeah, they just no. I didn't even talk.
You
to
didn't even
them.
talk?
No, it just happened. They were just like,
Oh, that's so
"We'll
good.
take him," and they just let me come there. And for the first 3 months, I didn't have insurance because I had to wait for. Thank God for Obamacare. I had to wait for Obamacare to come around, and then I was able to get insurance at the beginning of the year. So I didn't even have insurance. They just scholarshiped me. Listen, my whole story is like,
God shots.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's overwhelming. I mean, I got sober because a lot of people just helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Just helped me. And when I needed help, the hand was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am definitely an example of the hand of AA.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm super grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have insurance. I didn't have anything. They just kind of took care of me. I didn't have any money, just nothing. I borrowed the money from my mom to pay my first month of insurance. I mean, I didn't even have that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I remember my phone got turned off. And they would give us these food cards back then. And so I took all my food cards to the grocery store and then bought like a Amex or like a MasterCard from there and then paid my phone bill with the food card. I mean, it was just like.
That's
I
some
was
real
broke.
tweaker shit. That was tweaker
Yeah,
shit too.
I was just broke. Just
Mhm.
broke. And I just, but I, so I was grateful for everything that came to me and everything that was given to me and all the people that helped me. And so I just helped everyone. I mean, if you needed help, I would help you. If you needed something, I would go help you. If you needed help moving, I would help you move. If you needed somebody to watch your dog, I'd watch your dog. If you needed somebody to pick up the trash, I'd pick up the trash. If you needed somebody to do the parking lot, I'd do the parking lot. If you needed someone to print out these things, I'd print out the things. I'd just do whatever it was.
Were you doing all of that out of service, or were you like looking for money because you didn't have anything?
Oh, no, I didn't get paid for any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did it because.
And you knew that you literally had nothing.
Yeah, I knew I had nothing.
And you just had time.
Yeah, I went to rehab
spare.
with my 2 Gucci bags.
Period.
Yeah. In which I had a pair of pink tennis shoes, a pair of flip-flops, a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, a tank top, 2 pair of underwear, one which wasn't even mine. And
did it say Poppy?
No, it was not Poppy. I couldn't find those. But, 2 pair of undies, and that was it.
Wow.
That was all
That's
I had.
crazy.
I mean, that was all I had.
Yeah.
I mean, I wore those pink tennis shoes.
And those
yeah.
pink undies.
Yeah, and here I am out in Thousand Oaks with pink tennis shoes. Just everyone's looking at me like I don't. I don't even know. I just had to be grateful for everything and just walk through it. Just be grateful and walk through it. Be grateful and walk through it. And so,
what were the fears there?
all of them. I mean, but I will tell you, in my step work, we actually did my fear column. And I remember when we were doing my fear column and my sponsor put his hand on the page. He said, "You don't have to live this way anymore," after I'd listed all my fears. I just cried and cried and cried. I mean, a hard cry, because my whole life was lived in fear. Everything that I had ever done was because of fear, because that's how we lived. I mean, that's how I lived. That's how my parents lived. That's how my whole family had lived.
Yeah.
And when I really realized that I could do that, I could take those steps and do the fear prayer and do all these things, and I did not have to live that way anymore. Oh my God. It was like it just washed over me. It just washed over me, you know. And I've definitely dealt with I've dealt with a lot of fears. I mean, in early sobriety, I mean, a lot of SI, a lot of suicidal ideations. Like, why am I even doing this? This is never going to work out. This is never ever going to work out. I'm never going to have a good job again. I'm never going to have a car again. I'm never going to have a place to live again, because I have horrible credit. Everything's falling apart. No one wants to be around me. You know, I'm never going to have anything anymore. I mean, I'm never going to have anything. But, you know, that just wasn't the story. That's just not what happened.
When you say no one wanted to be around you,
I mean, like my family, you know, they had just written me off. I mean, no one was calling me. You know, no one even really even knew I was alive anymore. You know, the people in rehab, for sure, they were there. And the people in AA, oh my God, they just surrounded me. They just surrounded me, you know, and that meant a lot to me, because I was the gay guy in a room of 150 people. I'm the only gay in there. And, you know, they were good to me. I was super afraid of that. I never, since I graduated, when I graduated from college, I moved to Atlanta, into like Midtown, and there was about 1 billion gays there. And then I moved to Hillcrest. There was gay Mecca. And then in San Diego. And then I moved to Hollywood. And so for the past 25 years, I never lived anywhere where straight people lived. You know,
Woodland here is like suburbia.
Yeah, I mean, I just had never lived anywhere where there weren't like gay people everywhere, and I was the only gay there. So it was scary for me. It was I was really fearful. I remember when they took me to my first like step study meeting, and it was a men's meeting, and I was like, I'm not going to a meeting with a bunch of men. Yeah, I am
nasty men.
I am not going to a meeting with a bunch of men. And they were like, yes, you are. Because they were really strict. They were like, you're going.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, all right. Well, I ain't going out on the street, so I guess I'm going.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to leave here, so I guess I'm going. So, you know, see how all that just worked together. My willingness, I mean, I just had no choice. I had to do the things that they asked me to do. And I met my sponsor there, and he was a really nice guy. And, you know, but, you know, I just, all of that stuff, I was just so afraid. I mean, so those fears were real. You know, those fears were just all the things that had always, I mean, I ran away from the South because I was afraid of it. You know, I ran away from South Carolina because I was afraid of it. I was afraid of what would happen to me if I stayed there.
Is it really bad?
Well, I don't really know but you know, yeah. I mean, you know,
I mean, I don't know.
To be gay in the South?
Yeah, it was not a safe space. It was not a safe space for me to be able to be who I am and not feel threatened.
Okay.
Do I think that anything would have really happened to me? Maybe not, but maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not written that it's going to be safe. So,
yeah.
So you know, and here I am. I felt like I was going back there. So that was definitely a tough. But you know, I worked through my fears. You know, those men surrounded me, and they're all good to me. You know, I know I probably got under some of their skin. You know, I know, but I changed a lot of them's thought processes as well. You know, because they were like, well, he's an okay person. maybe all gay people aren't the devil. Or maybe we don't need to kill all the gay people, or all that type of stuff. So I guess that I did my part as well.
Mm-hmm.
In AA there.
How did you walk through all of those fears?
Oh, it's a lot of prayer. Is that fear prayer? I wore that thing out.
What's the fear prayer?
God, please remove my fear of whatever I'm afraid of and direct my attention to what you would have me be. And that shit works.
And what happened when you did that?
At once I commenced to outgrow fear. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, immediately I would just be able to just let it go. I really, I was raised in a religious household, like fundamentalist Christian household. So I had always had this belief in God, but especially when I was after my ex had left, and I was alone in that house in the Hollywood Hills by myself, not really able to leave home. A lady who lived next door to me, splitting her food that she was getting from food stamps with me, just so I'd have food to eat. It was a really, really bad situation. I'm just grateful that all that was able to just move through.
How did you find the treatment center?
Well, that's an interesting story.
Since you never knew about AA or anything.
I never knew about anything, any of this. So
Were you doing Tina, and then someone told you?
Oh no, I was doing a lot of meth.
I didn't say meth because I don't know.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of meth.
Tina's a secret word for gays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of that going on for sure, and
I already knew. Because you have good teeth.
Yeah.
Because he has really good teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gifts of sobriety.
Yeah. Pearly whites.
Not from God.
Pearly whites.
Indirectly from God.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dentist is in AA as well.
So. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I bet he gets a lot of clients, actually. That's really smart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He just passes his card out.
Oh, this smile has gotten him lots of clients.
I bet.
Yeah,
I kind of want some now.
Yeah, he has gotten lots of clients from this smile. I'm grateful for everything from AA.
So the story was getting into treatment.
Yeah. So how did I get into treatment?
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Hollywood, stuck in that house. And then I went down to Hollywood Boulevard, and there was this church on the corner of Hollywood Boulevard and La Brea called Exodus. And so I had this religious. I'm like, I gotta find something. Something's got to help me. And so I walk into the church, and the person who's speaking, he says that Daniel was afraid. God said, "I knew." This is paraphrased. God said, "I knew you in the womb. If you need rescue, ask. Call on me." And I went home, I got on my knees, and I said, God, I need rescue. And so this lady who was my ex-friend, she was in AA, and she had been calling me over and over and over again. Wow. And finally, I was just like, I can come to your house on Wednesday. This was like Sunday night. Wednesday. I went to her house on Wednesday, and
because you went back to the house.
Yeah, because
you went back to the house.
Did some more meth.
But I knew there was fucking meth in it. Don't fucking lie.
Yeah, exactly.
You came from meth and you went to the church.
Yeah.
So then Tina did help you.
Exactly. Tina definitely was the thing that broke me for sure. And so I
love it.
I went to her house. And she said, I have been having, every morning when I wake up, I have this pit in my stomach, and it will not go away until I call you.
Whoa.
And so I was like, that's when I told her, I said, I'm gonna end my life. Her husband worked for SOBA, which was a big rehab down in LA at that point in time. And so he took me over to Malibu the next day with him to work. They were going to admit me there, and they didn't have a bed. And so they took me to Thousand Oaks, and they're like, can you hold on to him for a week and bring him back to us once you get him detox, once he's had a week over there? And they're like, yeah, sure. They knew I had no money. And so they took me in there, and then
they didn't want to let you go.
And then after a week, they were like, "Will you want to go back to Malibu?" I was like, "Nah, I'll just stay here." Because I'd gone into a meeting and I was like, "This is great. This is wonderful what you're doing here."
And they were like, "But you're not paying us." You're like, "I don't care."
Yeah, they were like, "You can stay."
Oh, that's nice.
You can stay, and so I just got to stay. I got lucky. I'm
Holy
lucky.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Just so lucky.
What a powerful
Do
moment.
you still go back to that place? Alumni give back. Do they have fundraising stuff?
They don't really have fundraising, but I just spoke there, like in July.
Oh, nice.
They asked me to come back and talk to the clients, and so yes, I do.
Oh, I love that.
And I worked there for a while as well. I worked there for 5 years.
Oh.
They're like, you better pay.
As their admissions director, listen, they got their money back from me for sure. Because I was a real.
I can tell you talk really good.
I was a really good admissions person for them.
Yeah.
So
and you're a testimony to their program. So
that's true.
that's the easiest sales pitch on the planet.
Exactly.
Okay, so go back to that first year. So you had no money, no job, no car, no nothing. Yeah. How did you, obviously you sit here today with all of those things. How did you start acquiring all of the things? Because that's those are the reservations that people end up going out over, It's
the
like
fear, the one that you said.
it's like I'm just never going to be able to have the life that I once had. And so what's the point? I'm just going to go back out, How did you move through it?
Well, I knew that was not going to be a solution. I knew that if I went back out, I would never have a chance. And so one of my friends worked at a hardware store. And so I was like, can you help me get a job there? This is about 90 days sober.
He goes, do you know anything about hardware?
Yeah, I did not. So they put me outside in the landscaping department.
They're like, you could be our greeter.
So I would water the flowers and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cute.
He's like, he could be Martha Stewart.
Yeah, exactly. So I got to work out in the nursery section of the store.
Okay.
And then they were redoing the store, and they were like, would you like to be on our overnight team? And so for the next 3 months I worked overnights, and that was really great, except for I started working at 9:00 at night and worked till 5 in the morning.
That is not good for the Tina people.
That ain't really good for a meth addict. Okay? But I made it work. I made it work. I walked to work every night. And I walked home from work because I went to work at 9:00 at night. They were like, we can't give you a ride at that time. I'm like, I'll just walk. And it was 4 miles. I walked every day to work.
Did you ever get stopped and offered money?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I was not worth anything. This is Thousand Oaks. I was lucky I wasn't stopped by the cops. But I'd walk to work every morning. I'd walk home. I walked to work every night and walk home every morning.
Wow.
Listen.
You're like, no matter what.
I was not going to give up. I saw this opportunity. I saw that people in AA had changed their lives, and I heard it. I heard the language of the heart in AA, and I was like, they must know what they're doing. So I'm just going to keep doing what they're doing, and I just got that job. I worked there, and when I remember it was June, and I went in and I said, this is going to be my last 2 weeks, and they were like, we were going to make you a manager. I was great at the hardware store. I mean, listen, I was really good. I mean, any job I've ever had, I've been good at. Maybe a couple I weren't, I didn't like them, but you know, I liked working there. I mean,
Yeah.
I liked doing what I was doing. I liked the people I was working with, and then I worked for a little marketing firm for a couple months, and then the facility that I had been a client at, they came to me and they were like, "All right, admissions director is no longer with us. I think he had relapsed," and they were like, "You want to do this? You think you can be an admissions person?" And I was like, "I can do anything." You know, I had a college degree. I went to Clemson. You know, that which is, you know, all the things that just really helped me. And they're like, "You seem like you could do this." And so I just started as an admissions director there, and just started to rebuild my life. I mean,
How much time sober did you have?
9 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it just everything worked. Listen, the timing. I have so many of those little, just like that right time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
God
right
shots.
time, the right time, the
Yeah.
right time. And so that was just what happened.
I have heard a lot of people say that they start working in treatment and then they make the treatment their recovery.
Oh no.
How did you
I did that for
navigate
1 week.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I wasn't working in treatment, but I was working, I mean, I was in the corporate office, so I wasn't working in treatment. So, but, you know, I did that for like 1 week. I remember when I started my job, I remember that first week, I was like, I'm not going to go to the morning meeting. I'm just going to, because I had to walk to work
Mm.
because I didn't have a car.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm just walk to work. And I was like, nah, that's not going to work. And so then I was like, call someone. I was like, can you start picking me up, taking me to the meeting? And they were like, yes, I can.
Mm.
And so
Asking
someone
for
picked me
help.
up and took me to the meeting, and then they would drop me off at work afterwards. Wow. And then I would work all day and then walk home, you know, after work. And then I just knew that I needed to go to the meeting.
Mhm.
And so, because I went to the meeting pretty much, I went to Visions 7 days a week for about 6 years. I mean, I went every morning.
Wow.
I mean, every morning.
Wow.
Because I'm gonna do what it takes.
Yeah.
So at that time, if you didn't go, people would call you and say, "Where are you at?"
Yeah, people would be like, "Where are you? What's
Yeah.
going on?" I've always had meetings that I'm a regular attendee, because if I'm not at my meeting, somebody's calling me to say, why were you there?"
Mm.
Someone knows I'm not at my meetings if I'm not at my meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my sponsor knows, or my friends know. They know to call me if I didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I think that's really crucial to making AA work. You got to have regular meetings. And that was what I learned in the beginning. I had to have regular meetings that I went to, that people expected me to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they knew I wasn't there if I wasn't there.
Do you still have the same sponsor that you had?
I
11
don't.
years
So in the beginning, I had my first sponsor for about a year and a half. And then I switched to my current sponsor.
Mm.
And so he's been my sponsor since then.
Mm-hmm. Was there a reason for the switch?
I just needed something different. I mean, you have to, AA is a selfish program. You
Yeah.
you cannot keep your sponsor because of your
you,
sponsor. You need to keep your sponsor. You need to get a sponsor that can help you keep sober.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, you know, and I tell my guys that if you ever feel like that I'm not the right sponsor for you, get a different sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay sober. I'll stay sober.
What was it that you were looking for?
I just needed someone who could help me just
Get closer to God.
Yeah. Who just had more of what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
A wife and kids?
No, I don't.
I'm just kidding.
No.
It's like, that is not what I want at all.
I got problems, but none of those. Okay.
Doesn't he have a wife and kids?
Yeah, he does have a wife. He had a good spiritual program,
Oh, I
a
like
good
that.
spiritual practice. When he shared in meetings, what he said was what I wanted to hear.
Mm.
What he was talking about was what I wanted to hear. You know, he had a good prayer life. He was a good AA. Being a good AA was really important to him. He did regular meetings. I always saw him at the meetings, and that was what I wanted. I wanted someone to hold me accountable.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I wanted someone who I felt like I could talk to. I felt like that I could tell them what was going on in my life, and that they could point me in the right direction,
Mm-hmm.
which is really to God.
What points in that first or second year
Mm-hmm.
of your sobriety did you really need to rely on that higher power?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when I had 13 months sober, I remember I was in an AA meeting with my friend Alan and one of my sponsees who's passed on. And my brother called me. My brother never calls me. My mom calls me and I'll talk to my brother through my mom, but my brother never calls me. He just doesn't call me. And so he called me and he was really emotional. My brother's not emotional either. And he was just like, they're gone, they're gone. And I was just like, oh my God, what are you talking about? And he was like, Pee Wee and Barbara, that was my aunt and uncle and my cousin.
And your cousin?
Yeah, so 3 people. Yeah, so they were in a car accident, were killed by a drunk driver. I'm a drunk driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so
Aren't we all?
oh my God, it was so awful. I remember going home I remember I told my sponsee and Alan, I was like, we gotta go because I have to go. I have to leave. I can't stay here. I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back to I was still living in sober living. The facility also let me still live there as well. They were really good to me. I was really good to them as well, but they let me live there. And I went back to my house and I remember doing my prayers that night, and all I could do was just cry. And I knew I had to get back to South Carolina, and I knew I had to go there and be there. I mean, my aunt and uncle were so important to me. I mean, I just loved them. They were like a second set of parents to me. And so I knew I had to go. I knew I had to be there. Thank God I was sober.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I was sober. And so I eventually booked a flight. I didn't even have a credit card. I mean, I once again used some magic at the grocery store to even book a flight.
Wow,
Yeah, because I had cash, but I didn't even have a credit card. You know, I didn't even have a bank account. I mean, I did not have a bank account. I totally forgot about that. I didn't even have a bank account. And so I got all that worked out. I got a card. I don't even know how I did that. I couldn't even think enough. I mean, I was so mentally just destroyed that I couldn't. It took me forever to even book a flight because I just couldn't think. And that was just so tough. Just such a tough time. I went home. I stayed sober. I mean, I got Alfred Xanax like every 2 seconds.
While you were in South Carolina?
Yeah, because they don't know what
From
sober
family?
is. Yeah, I mean, they don't know what sober is.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember one time, I'll tell you.
I was like, you're anxious here.
I was at a wedding with that was like when I had like maybe a year and 8 months sober. I was at a wedding and my mom comes up to me and after the wedding, she's like, you didn't drink at all. I'm like, Mom, I am sober. What do you think that means? Like, you don't drink sometimes? I'm like, I'm all the time sober. Like, real sober.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, but she was just like, you didn't drink at all.
Wow.
Everyone was smashed. And she was like, you didn't drink at all. Like, she was just so surprised, which I understand why.
Yeah.
But, it's just a funny situation.
Jeez.
But, so, everyone in South Carolina, they don't understand AA sober because no one's AA sober. They just think that, you're church sober, you still drink.
Yeah. Just handle your shit.
Yeah,
Bless your heart, sweetie.
Yeah, nobody drinks, right? My mom and my aunt actually are teetotalers. They've never drank, but
they never drank?
Never drank alcohol ever. But everyone else in my family has.
Yeah.
So,
wait, what was the word you called them?
Teetotalers.
Oh, they just drink tea.
No, yeah, well, teetotalers were people like in the dries and the wets, and the dries were teetotalers because they did not drink alcohol. And so, but they were lifetime teetotalers. Yeah, they had never drank alcohol. And so it was just people would offer that to me because that was just, they didn't really even think there was anything bad about it. Because it's so accepted to someone died, take a Xanax.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I had done it before.
Well, thank God you were 13 months sober.
Yeah, and
because any less time, who knows?
Yeah, any less time, I might not have made it.
Yeah,
might not
right
have made
after
it.
the freaking year. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then I got back to Thousand Oaks. I mean, I was there for like a week. I flew back home to Thousand Oaks, and it was a Sunday morning, and I got up and I went to the grocery store because I was like, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. I probably just need to go get something to eat. You know, I was just not in a good frame of mind. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional today. But this lady from AA was coming out of the grocery store as I was going in. And she was this lady who I love from AA, Gail. I just love her.
Mm.
You know, I might have walked in that store and bought some alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was about to do. I just don't know what I was about to do. And she was like, I never come to this store. She was like, I don't even like this store. She was like, but for some reason I felt like I needed to come here today. And she was like, and here you are.
Wow. Mm.
Just really, I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
But AA has always been there. The hand up, I reach my hand out, it reaches it back. I reach my hand out, it reaches it back. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
AA has never failed me.
Mm-hmm. God.
God has never failed me.
Yeah.
I mean, many times I've thought that he wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
but he was always there.
Yeah.
100%, always there. And so I'm just so grateful that that I'd been going to AA meetings, and this lady knew me, and when she saw me, she came up to me, and you know,
And
she
I'm
didn't
sure
feel
she knew.
uncomfortable, and she knew I'd just been through a tough
Yeah.
situation,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad that she is willing for God to help she's willing to do whatever God says for her to do too, because she's just as
Yeah.
willing as I am. And you know, God just matched our willingness and put us together, and I knew I was going to be sober. I mean, I knew that it was working. I knew this was working.
Yeah.
I knew there was the sign. There was the sign right there in front of my face.
Yeah.
I could not deny it.
I love that so much.
And you know, there was just so many opportunities for me and things that I did not think would work out, things that I thought were going to be so difficult. You know, the no car, the no place to live, the no credit, all that kind of stuff.
No bank account.
No bank account.
I can't get over that one. That's
No
crazy.
bank account. I could not get a bank account.
They look at credit.
Yeah, I could not get a bank account. Well, mine was a little bit more complicated
Uh-oh.
than just credit.
Uh-oh.
But the
Wait,
thing
false
that
checks?
I had deposited a check.
I knew it.
Well, what happened was
I had deposited a check into the bank, and they thought that it was a fraudulent check because I had deposited 3 checks for the same amount into the bank, and they thought it was a fraudulent check, and they had put a hold on my account. And then once I'd taken all the money out, they closed my account, but there was still the hold. Well, but when I was not sober, I couldn't clean it all up. I had no. So I called the bank, and they were like, "Oh, we'll remove the hold." And then I was able to get a checking account.
Oh.
But
when you called when you were sober.
Yeah, but it took me a while to even get up the nerve to call. And I didn't have no money to put in there.
And it was just simple. It was simple.
Yeah, it was a simple thing. It was a very simple thing, but not being sober, I didn't know.
Yeah.
When I was not sober, I couldn't pick up the phone and call. I mean, I got my car repossessed when I wasn't sober, and I had money in my checking account. I mean, just dumb shit. I mean, just dumb shit.
Oh.
But, you know, once I got sober, I could call. So, but it took me a while to get up the nerve because I was afraid of things like that.
Yeah.
But then I got the nerve, and then I got a checking account.
And
so,
you get a sponsor who
Yeah.
helps you and walks you through all
who
of
says,
this stuff.
call the damn bank.
Yeah.
Just call them and see what's going
Pick
on.
up the fucking phone.
Yeah, it was a 5-minute phone call, and the lady cleared everything up, and then I was able to get a checking account like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
it was
course.
just so strange.
Yeah, our brains love to lie to us all the time.
Yeah, but then I was, you know, and I needed a car. Some person in AA walked up to me and said, I know you don't have a car. Would you like a car? And I'm like, yes, I would like a car. Wouldn't everyone like a car? And, you know, I went to this, he's like, well, I'm going to.
For free?
No.
Was it Oprah?
No, it was not. Yeah.
You get a car.
I watched
You get
every
a car.
I watched every one of her shows. I never got nothing from her.
Did you hear that, Oprah?
Where you at?
Where are you at?
But
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
We need new cameras, new microphones. He needs a new car.
Yeah, no, I got a good car. I like my car.
Yeah, you have a nice car
Yeah,
now.
mhm. But you know, he was just like, well, my friend owns a used car lot. Let's go over there and let's talk to him. Let's see what he has. And so he took me over to this place, and the guy was like, pick one of those 3 cars out there. You can just take one of those cars. And so he was like, and then I was like, okay, I'll take this old BMW. It's like a 2008 BMW. Maybe it's 2004 or something. I can't
You're
remember.
like, I live in
But-
Thousand Oaks. I gotta have
Yeah.
a BMW, even if it's older.
but you know, it's a nice looking car. And
Yeah.
he's like, pick one of these cars.
hmm
And he was like, how much money do you have? And I was like, I have $1,500 right now. He's like, fine, just take it. He's like, you can pay me the rest. I think it was $3,500. He's like, you can just pay me the rest. Just give me like $500 every paycheck until you get it paid off.
Wow.
I
So
was
you
like,
paid it off in 5 months?
Yeah, no, I paid it off quicker. I gave him the money much quicker than that. But I was like, how does this happen?
Was that guy in AA?
That guy was not in AA.
Oh.
this
But the guy
guy-
who brought him,
but the brother brought
Yeah,
you to,
but the guy who brought me to there, he only had like 3 months, so 3 months more sober than I did.
yeah,
But you know, he
knew
knew
his
everybody in town.
yeah.
His parents had been like people who had lived in Thousand Oaks their entire life, and so he just like took me over there, and the guy was like, okay,
That's
if you're a
nice.
friend of Ken's, take the car.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you know,
How long did that car last you?
that car lasted me? About 3 years until I was
That's a
able to
long
get
time.
a new Mercedes.
Did you sell that car?
I sold that car to someone else in AA.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
I sold that car to another girl in AA.
I love that.
And then, I never thought I'd have a car again. But then here I am in a car.
hmm
Here I am. I have a car, and I used that car to be lots of service. I took a lot of sponsors meetings. You know, I just did a lot of AA work with that car
hmm
because I knew that's where it came from.
Yeah.
And then,
I love that you just said that. I knew that's where that came from.
yeah,
That's so
I
cool
got
to
that
put it
car
that
because
way.
of AA. I didn't get that car because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got it with the money I made, but I made the money because AA helped me make the money.
hmm
I really had a new employer.
hmm
And then, I was living in sober living. I lived in sober living for 18 months. And then, I wanted to move out. I wanted to have my own place. I was tired of living with newcomers, and, I needed to move out. And so, I was able to, the same guy, he was like, my friend has a lot of real estate and he rents a lot of places. And we went to he's like, let's go over and talk to him. And so I met him over there. We went over there and talked to him, and he's like, well, I'm building a little studio apartment on the back of a house. It's going to be ready on the 15th. This was like the first. He's like, it's going to be ready on the 15th. Do you want it?
hmm
And I was like, well, yes, I want it. He's like, I need first and last month's rent. I was like, I'll write you a check right now. I got a bank account. And he's like, and so, I I wrote him a check and then left.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I hope this guy did not scam me. Because he didn't even make me sign a lease or anything.
Mhm.
Then he called me a week later. He's like, you want to come by and sign the lease?
Wow.
And so I went by and signed the lease, and he's like, I'll have it ready on the 15th, April 15th. He's like, I'll have it ready. You can move in.
hmm
He gave me the keys. I moved in.
He didn't say April Fool's.
No, never asked me for my Social Security number. Never asked me for any credit. Never asked me for anything. How the fuck does that happen in California?
Is that guy still sober? With the guy that took you to the car to the real estate?
Yeah. He called
Are you
me.
guys friends?
Yeah, he lives in Colorado right now. He called me a couple weeks ago
Oh.
and told me he had 11 years. He's a little bit in front of me, so he called me and told me that he has 11
Oh,
years.
nice.
But
Wow.
yeah, that
Your
man helped
trudging
me.
buddy.
Yeah, that man helped me.
Wow.
I mean, just really helped me. I don't know how I deserve that. I don't know how I got that lucky, but there's so many times that I was just, how does this happen? It has to be God.
hmm
It has to be.
Do you have those
What
moments?
else can it be?
Do you have those moments now where you feel like God's speaking through you to help another person just
Oh
like
yeah,
you?
I'll help anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need help, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to help you. If I see someone and I know that they need help, I don't care. If I got the ability to help them, I'm helping them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say you shouldn't do that. A lot of people say you're just going to get fucked. I don't care.
Yeah.
A lot of people took chances on me.
Yeah.
And I got lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really lucky. You know, I thought I'd never have a good job again. I have the best job I've ever had in my life.
What do you do now?
I work for One Method in LA.
I thought that was like
It's a treatment center.
a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's an alcohol and drug rehab.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you know,
He gets people into treatment.
mhm, yeah. So
Nice.
I worked for Paradigm before I worked, and I thought that was the best job in the world. I mean, people would come up to me and they would say, "You have the best job ever." I mean, I could just do whatever I wanted. I mean, I was good at my job, and basically could just do whatever I wanted. I got to travel a lot, and you know, then the people from One Method came to me and said, "You know, you want this job?" And I was like, "Not really, because I have a job that I love." And they were like, "Okay, well, maybe you could get a better job," and I did get a better job.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm very lucky.
Do you still walk through all of those big decisions with God?
And a therapist.
Breezy loves when
That's
people
why
are
Robert
going through
is my
adversity.
bestie.
Yeah, exactly.
She loves.
Yeah, I prayed myself to death, but my therapist was the answer.
Amen.
God spoke right through her, but you know, I was
As
willing
they
to go.
do.
I was willing to go to therapy. You
Yeah.
know, and that's another thing about AA. I mean, I've done therapy as soon as I could start going to therapy, like real therapy. I mean, I did therapy in rehab, not even therapy.
Yeah.
But when I was able to really start going to therapy, I mean, I would do any type of therapy that will help me get better. I've done EMDR, brain spotting, talk therapy, DBT, whatever it is, I'm doing it because I want to be better. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to be better at being me. I just want to be a better person. And I really, really strive for that. I mean, I really, really strive to be, you know, I want to be a better person because I want to be a good vessel for my higher power. I want him to be able to use me in the best way. And if I'm not clear in the head, if I'm not able to do what he needs me to do, then, you know, what am I doing? You know, that's my purpose. My purpose is to be a good AA, to help people, and to, you know, to stay sober.
Vessel of God.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so grateful for that.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love it. I mean, I'm just, how did I get here?
Yeah.
So,
We're all miracle babies.
Yeah. So real quick story. So, you know, my grandmother was Pentecostal holiness, super religious. So she would get up every morning and pray, and I'd be like, God damn, I don't want to do this shit. Because she'd make us kneel down with her and pray and all this stuff. I'd be like, I don't want to do this shit.
That's going to be me if I ever have kids.
Yeah. She had a list of 80,000 people she was praying for every morning. I was like, oh, Lord, when is this going to be over? Well, I want to go to the mall or to the Piggly Wiggly or somewhere.
Swinging Richards.
Yeah. Not with my grandma. I probably was thinking about that then too, but you know, so she would get up and she would pray every morning, and I just never understood it until I came to AA and found a God of my own understanding. That's the best thing AA gave me, was a God of my own understanding. And now who's the person on their knees praying every morning? Me.
Yeah.
And you have a list of people?
Yeah, I do have a list of people.
Oh my God, you're your grandmother.
God damn, I'm a grandmother.
I love that.
Yeah, you know, I have that list of people. It ain't 80,000 people long because I crossed them off. I'm done praying for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got all you can get.
Day book says 2 weeks. Bye.
Exactly. Check.
Well, final last question. Was there something in your first year that you heard, whether it was a piece of advice given to you or that you just heard in a meeting, that really affected you, that you hold on to today, that you can give back to our listener with less than a year of sobriety?
Yeah, so I think it's a serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change That is anyone other than me, any situation other than me, any person driving down the road, any person walking down the street, any person I come in contact with, anyone I talk to. Let me just let them do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just let them have their lives, and then change myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the courage to change myself. Because if I'm upset with someone, it is about me. It truly is about me. And so, letting other people do their thing, doing my thing, and then knowing where my boundaries are, knowing where my area ends and where other people's area begins.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That was life changing for me.
Yeah.
That was just really like, I don't have to give a shit about what they're doing. Thank God.
Yeah.
Literally.
What a
What a relief.
It's not my business. It's not my business. Oh my God, it's not my business.
Yeah.
And I can just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they're doing, I don't care. I might gossip about them sometimes, but it ain't my business.
That's so funny he said that, because last night there was these people getting crazy with the car on PCH, and I pulled up to them and I was like, slow the fuck down. And I was like, you're in my city now, bitch. And then he threw something at my car and there's a dent.
You're in my city now. That's what you said. Laguna?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Acting like it was South Central LA.
Literally.
And then they threw a huge bottle of something to my car and it like dented it.
And then you're like,
He stopped, turned around, and then that's when I said, God, it's in your hands. I'm going home. I literally stopped. I looked at my dog Sable and I'm like, I ain't putting this bitch through this.
oh my God.
So then I just went home instead of following them.
Like a
But I
psycho.
should have not done anything in the first place. That is so
Progress.
funny he said that, because that literally just happened last night. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Damon hates when I do that. Sorry, babe.
Yeah.
No.
Progress, not perfection.
Okay, so I really liked that you said
Yeah.
that. He goes,
Thank
even
you.
with someone in the car.
I'm
Oh
in
my
my
God.
car a lot, so I have to deal with a lot of people driving.
That's the true
Uh-huh.
definition of powerlessness.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you
driving
so
all the way
much.
here from Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
We get to have a sleepover now.
Yeah.
Roberto.
Roberto.
Yes. That's me.
Thank you. And I am Breezy.
And I'm Jimmy, and we forgot to tell Robert. We
We
all
are
say sober disclosure.
That's even funnier.
I know.
Bye.
Have y'all ever practiced that?
This episode is brought to you by Light Salon, Orange County's premier destination for expert hair color. At Light Salon, we specialize in creating stunning custom color transformations that highlight your natural beauty. Owned and operated by passionate, sober stylists, we bring authenticity, creativity, and precision to every client experience. Light Salon.